Hey everyone, let's dive right in. Today, we're bringing you a critically important explainer that unpacks one of the absolute biggest digital security breaches to hit the education sector in recent memory. We're talking about the massive Canvas cyber attack and exactly what it means for students, especially those of you across Canada. We've pulled together all the verified reports, the official statements, and the raw data points, and we've synthesized the whole shebang into the visual breakdown you're about to see. I highly encourage you to treat this explainer as a literal resource. Get ready to hit that pause button and really zoom in on these upcoming data-heavy slides. The details here are incredibly granular, and they might directly affect you or someone you know. Oh, and you'll notice our watermark, www.samail.inc, on these pages. Keep that URL in mind, because I've got some really exciting news about that at the end of the explainer. To make sense of this whole complex situation, here's our quick roadmap. We're looking at the global breach, the Canadian impact, the compromised data, the ransom deadline, phishing risks, and finally, some essential resources.
All right, Section 1, the global breach, scale of the cyber attack.
Okay, when we talk about cyber attacks, the scale of this particular incident, which targeted the Canvas learning management system and was orchestrated by a group called Shiny Hunters, is just truly staggering. They didn't just breach some random isolated server. They infiltrated an ecosystem that's basically the digital backbone of modern education. And just look at the sheer volume here, 3.65 terabytes. To put that into perspective, we aren't talking about massive 4K video files or heavy images that eat up storage super fast. We're talking almost entirely about text-based data, names, IDs, emails, internal communications. So when you have 3.65 terabytes of pure, dense, text-based personal info, you are looking at a colossal mountain of stolen data. It's literally millions of private lives, just boxed up. And this really humanizes that data volume. Shiny Hunters claims this breach impacts an estimated 275 million users. That's students, teachers, administrative staff, spread across roughly 9,000 educational institutions worldwide. It's a massive global dragnet. But while the attack was global, the fallout is intensely local. Let's shift our focus and see how this hits close to home. Section 2. Impact on Canadian universities, the epicenter. So, while 9,000 global institutions were hit, the shockwaves across the Canadian higher ed system have been massive and immediate. At least 8 major Canadian universities and colleges have been confirmed as targets, leading to some serious systemic disruptions. Like, the University of Toronto actually had to temporarily shut down its Canvas system just to secure it, and the University of Alberta had to pause their systems entirely. Now, looking at this data breakdown, you might be thinking, well, hey, I graduated a few years ago, so I'm totally safe. Unfortunately, nope. The data tells a very different story. Sure, there are over 600,000 active students exposed right now, but the hackers also grabbed historical data spanning all the way from 2018 to 2024. As confirmed by sources like the Comics Valley schools in BC, even former students who haven't touched Canvas in years are caught in this net. That pushes the estimated total of affected Canadians up to a staggering 3 million. I highly encourage you to pause the explainer right now. Seriously, zoom in on this table. Look at the granular details here, because these are some of the largest, most prestigious institutions in the country. We're looking at roughly 97,000 students at U of T, 72,000 at UBC, where, by the way, students have already been urgently told to change their passwords, 44,000 at U of A, 43,000 at Western, including the Ivy Business School, and 37,000 at Simon Fraser University. And guys, this doesn't even list every single school. Places like Mohawk College and OCAD were also impacted. Bottom line, if you attended any of these schools in the last 6 years, it's highly likely your info is in this dataset. Section 3. Compromised student data. What was stolen? Which brings us to the most uncomfortable question of all. What exactly did they take? Because knowing what they have is step 1 in defending yourself. And the data points here are highly personal. We're talking full names, personal email addresses, and your specific student ID numbers. But honestly, the most alarming thing on this list has to be the private messages. The hackers claim they've accessed literally billions of internal communications between students and teachers. Just think about the sensitive nature of those messages for a second. We're talking discussions about grades, personal health struggles, extension requests, private academic feedback. That level of exposure is deeply, deeply invasive. Now, as your guide through this, it's absolutely crucial that I present the facts impartially, exactly as they've been reported, without taking any sides here. On the left side, you've got the claims from the hacker group Shiny Hunters, asserting this massive 275 million user exposure globally. But on the right, we have the official statement from Instructure, that's the parent company of Canvas.
They're stating the scope is quite a bit smaller than the hackers are bragging about. And critically, they insist that no passwords, no bank info, and no government IDs were stolen. It's really important for us to weigh both of these statements neutrally as this whole situation continues to unfold.
Moving on to Section 4, the ransom and deadline ticking clock. So, what happens next? Well, the hackers aren't just sitting on this data for fun, they are actively weaponizing it, which creates this awful ticking clock element. There is a specific ransom threat hanging right over these educational institutions. You can see the life cycle of the crisis here. It starts with that vulnerable historical data from 2018 to 2024. Then boom, we hit present day where shiny hunters actually breach the system, even temporarily hijacking the Canvas website itself to post their threat. And finally, we have that looming date on the right, May 12, 2026. That is the final ransom deadline. If their financial demands aren't met by that exact date, the group is threatening to dump all of this compromised data out into the public. It just creates a highly stressful, drawn-out waiting game for millions of students. Section 5. Phishing risks and protection. Stay safe. Because of that looming 2026 threat, we have to talk about the real-world consequences hitting you right now. Even if the bulk data hasn't been dumped on the open web yet, the info the hackers currently hold creates a direct, immediate threat to you through targeted scams. Let's define exactly what you're up against. Targeted phishing. Look, because the attackers have your real name, your personal email, your specific student ID, and potentially the context of your private chats with your professors, they can craft emails that look incredibly legitimate. Imagine getting an email that uses your actual student number, references a specific class you took last semester, and then asks you to re-verify your university login or update your direct deposit info for a supposed tuition refund. It is designed to be highly convincing. Also, they can steal the bank details or passwords that they didn't get in the initial hack. The good news is, the authorities are actively responding. The Federal Privacy Commissioner of Canada, along with provincial regulatory bodies in Ontario and Alberta, they are all closely monitoring and investigating this. But honestly, your absolute best line of defense right now is your own vigilance. The single most critical piece of advice from cybersecurity experts across the board is this: do not click suspicious email links. Seriously, even if the email looks flawlessly official, even if it has your student ID stamped right on it, always, always navigate directly to your university's official portal through your browser instead of clicking a link in an email. This entire breach completely shifts how we have to interact with our digital inboxes from here on out. Malicious actors potentially have a window into your internal academic life, your classroom secrets, your private messages to your teachers. Because of this hyper-personalized approach to cyber threats, constant vigilance isn't just an option anymore, it's the new normal. We really can't just take an incoming message at face value anymore, simply because it happens to contain accurate details about our studies. Finally, Section 6, Essential Resources and Reports, Platform Launch. Look, navigating these digital threats requires having the right tools and the right information at your fingertips. And that is exactly why we are so incredibly thrilled to officially announce the launch of our brand new website, www.samael.inc. This is your new hub. Remember those watermarks? This is what it's all about. You can find all the granular details and visuals from this explainer right there, plus an entire library of tailor-made cybersecurity reports and downloadable documents that you can actually plug straight into your own projects to shed light on complex subjects exactly like this one. We've built this whole platform just for you, the focused learner. And of course, you can take our audio content on the go. Make sure to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Castro, Podbean, Audible, and everywhere else you love to listen. So head over to www.samael.inc. Arm yourself with knowledge, and stay safe out there. But before we go today, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought. If hackers now have access to your classroom secrets, can you ever implicitly trust your inbox again? Thanks so much for learning with me today. See you next time.